All right, let's go into our guest speaker, Dr. Nelson. This gentleman just got back from Africa. This guy's a global leader. He is a doctor of what? A doctor of goodness, a doctor of health, a doctor of psychology, a doctor of philosophy. A great man, just a great person to spend some time with. And if you can spend some time with him and get on some of his calls, you will truly be blessed. Listen, folks, what a way to start off the month of December. This guy's fresh back. A lot of things have happened in his life, and I'm expecting an outpour. I'm listen. I don't know about you guys, but I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating miracles. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Byron Nelson.
Let's see, what do I have? I pulled out the rabbit here. I had to go through a few lions, tigers, and bears to get to a place of reception.
Oh my.
Good morning, family. How's everybody doing? First of all, I've been underground for a while. I'm still going to stay underground. I only came back above ground just because of this man here, Dr. Al Thomas, of course. And this is going to be a fantastic month. And like he said, it's that, you don't want to set your goals for next year. You want to set them right now and put them in motion. Our January 1st usually starts on pretty much October 1st. So many of you should be already halfway through the preseason of laying a foundation for your life. Now, as you know, I like pulling letters out of my garden. So coming back to life, putting that embalming fluid out and putting life back in. But in my garden, and I have a system for you. I want you guys to get it. My phone would stay on long enough to do this. I pulled out 12 vegetables. So hopefully you got a pen and paper for these 12 vegetables. And I put them out of the garden of D's, the D garden. You guys know I love my C garden and my P garden and my points and all that. But the D garden is where I'm living right now. In those pen and papers, let's start with the first one. The first one is to decide. DE comes from a Latin derivative there, which it comes from. Side goes along with suicide, genocide, patricide, homicide, any type of side. It means to kill off every other option. And really, when we're looking at everything we're dealing with our life and we're dealing with business, what comes down to what I've seen more so than anything else is think about where you are right now. And where you are, this really falls into a realm of leadership as Mr. Al Thomas is investing in his own leadership, right? You have to pull yourself out, make powerful decisions to actually take one step back to take 10 steps forward. So many people are too busy being broke. You can write that down. I'm gonna say that slowly. Busy being broke. They spend more time in activity than they do in actually action plans and actually seeing where they can fail and actually failing where they need to fail in order to get back up and know where to fix it. So they stay in the lab more than they do stay on the court. That's like somebody that just practices their whole life but never plays a real game. You have to get on the court to fail dramatically in order to know where not to. And so when I look at all the things in your life, my life, our life, I would never replace the decisions I've made because of the wisdom I've gained from those mistakes. It allows you to be able to know that you can stand in the midst of so much. See, what happens is people play it safe. There is no safe. You can be sitting on a bus stop and get hit by a truck. There is no safe. Working at a job, you're going to get laid off. There is no safe. I mean, you're going to save your money for what? And not learn how to invest because money was never made to be saved. There's no safe. So until you learn how to play in uncharted areas, uncharted territories, in spaces that allow you to expand, every setback I've had has forced me to look in reservoirs that I didn't know. I'm gonna tell you, I mean, I am gonna go into this. I normally don't, for respect of knowing that I have everything that follows me. Now, that means Hasidic Jews, Muslims, atheists, but I believe in God. And I don't normally bring God into my conversation within our business context. But when I tell you standing in faith is the most powerful thing you could ever do, and know that He sends you angels, because it's never, when you're building your business and you're building your life, it's never the people you think will be there for you that show up for you. When you pour into other people, there is what I call a credit line. And that credit line with people is how much you poured into other people, that they will unassumingly show up for you when you least expect it. Now that sounds crazy. That means that when you have the most stressful things going on in your life, that if you have lived your life appropriately and according to giving and not taking, being the lender and not the borrower, the right people will show up for you. And when I tell you, I mean, I've had miracle after miracle after miracle after miracle after miracle showing up in realms of life as well as in people, of reservoirs of when I'm talking about that credit line. I have deposits where I've placed energy, space, time, and money and didn't know it existed until you're forced to think in critical thinking. Now, I want you to write that word down, critical thinking, because many of you want to avoid the uncomfort zone. Many of you want to avoid being discomforted, like, well, I'm not a public speaker, or I don't have enough money, or I don't know where this is going to come from. Or, Dr. Thomas, Al Thomas is at an event costs $10,000. I don't have $10,000. You have everything that you need. It's just not where you think it is because you've lived long enough that if you lived right, you've made deposits in places that you forgot that you have assets. I hope this is making sense. I hope some people are getting this conversation. But you can't live being a taker your whole life. You can't live in a needy situation your whole life. You can't live not expecting miracles because you chose to be a miracle first. This taps into karma. This taps into chakras. This taps into your energy. This taps into how you operate, how you deal with people, what people will stand for you, what people will go the extra mile. It's like you got a flat tire on the side of the road. You call somebody like me who doesn't have a car. I'm not going to tell you I don't have a car. I can't come get you. I'm going to find somebody and go get their car and I'm going to come and pick you up. Find people like that to stand by you. Make the decisions to be able to invest and pour into people who understand, write this down, the river of reciprocity. They truly understand how the river flows. But you must show up first as an asset. You can't show up as a liability. You can't show up as a misconnected number. You have to consistently pour in so that there's a reservoir. It's just like a bank. You have to deposit. You have to deposit. You have to deposit. You have to deposit. Okay, let me open up another account. Let me open up another corporation. Okay, let me open up another safety deposit box. And oh yeah, when it gets dark, as mine has, damn, I have a deposit box. I forgot all about that. 10 years ago, I put this in this deposit box. 5 years ago, I invested in this person. 3 years ago, this person is still checking on me, and oh my God. But you have to understand the number one of them. I'm giving you the 12, the 12 laws. The first words you want to put down is the decisions you make. Decisions are where you put your time, where you put your energy, who you put it into, and why you put it into. Why do you do what you do and surround yourself with the people you surround yourself with? These first two of what I call the 12 disciples, or if you will, the 12 laws, are the most important when it comes to leadership. And for those that are scared of leadership, and I want to just talk about that, I'm going to derail for a second. You need to find a leader. You're going to find it and you're going to follow until you become one. You need to find a leader that you're committed to, that you can sow a relationship with. I'm telling you, the Moses factor does not work. Doing everything on your own will not work. Doing it with someone just equally yoked to you will not work. You need to have somebody who you trust enough in their leadership that has been battle tested, that's been through enough wars, has enough scars, has enough blood on their collar. Not the ones that come out unscathed. The ones that came out unscathed are the ones that were hiding in the tent just waiting to get hit by a bomb. But the ones that have been through hell, that's the game. So that first one of understanding, pouring yourself into leadership, If you ever want to have control of your life, this isn't about business. This is about life. As a parent, you must be a leader. As an older brother, you must be a leader. If you're going to be a scientist, you must be a leader. Like he said, I don't remember second place in any game. So you might as well lead and be the best version of you. You know, that's the one race you're guaranteed to win, is the race of becoming who you're supposed to be, you. That there is no other person that can beat you in becoming the best version of you. In the mastery of communication, in the mastery of being able to share, in the mastery of being able to develop, in the mastery of being able to build, in the mastery of being able to make powerful decisions. And you should be making decisions to scare the shit out of you. Excuse me for cursing on this. Hopefully, Bree can delete some of this and edit it. But I'm telling you right now, you need to make decisions that scare the shit out of you. Every decision I've made over the last 60 days has scared the shit out of me. Unfortunately, circumstantial. Unfortunately, because I was in those positions because of decisions I made. And that's okay. You don't make anybody wrong for what they can do for you and anybody right for what they do for you. Because at the end of the day, they were your decisions and you just are grateful for the ones and the angels that God sends you. Nobody owes you jack. Nobody owes me anything. Now, when I give and I pour and I don't get back, I just know not to pour on that again. I'm not going to pour on a rock and know that nothing's going to grow from it. I'm not going to pour into a relationship that's not going to grow with me. So, in that, number one, the number one law that I'm telling you of these 12 that are very important is powerful, ridiculous, massive, mammoth decisions to decide, cutting off that when there's 4 birds on a fence and 3 said they're going to leave, there's still 4 on that fence because 3 haven't decided to do something. Because when you make a decision, actions follow. The second word in the garden that I found in this last reflection of 90 days is called distractions. You got to learn how to get rid of distractions. It's amazing some of the conversations that I've had in this journey of what I call a drought. Yeah, I've had worse, but this was definitely a drought. But what I have found is I'm listening to people that are around me that are deep in the conversations about what P. Diddy did. Oh my God. And he's up and he got accused and this woman did this and all this other stuff. I mean, it's on every YouTube, every social media. I've been in the jungles from Africa all around the world and everyone wants to have these conversations. Even people close to me. It's like, did you know that he, and this came out and all these women are coming out? It's kind of like OJ. It's one of those things. Same thing with R. Kelly. Here's what you need to understand. None of this noise contributes to who you are or your asset or your bank account. None of this noise is, if somebody starts talking to me about this, it lets me know on a frequency where their mind is. I want to say that again. Listen as a leader to the conversations around you. And this is one of my D's. It's actually in the top 12. I'm just going to put it in there for there. Distance yourself from BS. Distance yourself. Now you can't, if you're walking on the streets, you can't help but walk by. If you're walking in the woods, you're gonna walk by some crap that stinks. Somebody, a monkey, a dog. If you're in the midst of New York, you're gonna smell the trash. You can't get away from it. Don't get it twisted. You can't get away from the stench of life. But you don't have to park yourself there. You don't have to sit there and entertain and enroll yourself in that conversation. When the conversation is over, you know to put that person over here because it's not contributing where you're going. See, the power of focus is dangerous. It's not how great you are. It's not how talented you are. It's not how much you know or don't know. It's how many mistakes you make and how much wisdom you gain from it and how many actionable plans you put in play, how many times you do it over and over again, repetitiously until you get the system right. Our system within this model allows you to exalt yourself in the most simple form. All you have to do is master the art of re-engineering where you want to be. It doesn't matter what position. It could be HCN, at SVP, RBP, TC, RG. And all that's easy. You may say, no, it's easy for you. No, it's easy for you. It comes down to the decisions you made, the distractions you've actually gotten rid of, and how you have truly distanced yourself from that which is not going in the same direction as you. Hopefully, you're getting these 3 laws. Let's go to the next. The next one is called deletions. You need to delete some people. You need to, going into the next year, you need to take inventory of the people who are investing in you and the people who are taking from you. Now, when we look at the spectrum, there is a spectrum of 100. Spectrum of 100. The top 10%, that's the bomb area. That's where everybody wants to live. Wherever they go, I want to be in the top 5 percentile of money earners. I want to be in the top 5 percentile of doctors. I want to be in the top 5 percentile of whatever it is. You want to be in the top 10. And in identifying those individuals to be around you, they're very easy to find because they stand out. Write that down. I need to be outstanding, which means I stand out. When I mess up, I mess up. Like I like mess up. Like there's no like I can fudge it, I can hide it, I can camouflage it, I can throw a mask over it. Nobody's gonna see that mistake. When I screw up, I screw up, and I don't take pride in it. But when I do things right, I'm the best in the world on the planet Earth. I am beyond measure one of the best God has ever made. Living into the best version of who I am. That's not narcissist. That's not egotistical. That's pride in the work, the time, the effort, the energy, just like Miss Al Thomas down there with Tony Robbins. That's pouring in, being present, taking the information, investing in oneself, intentionally investing in oneself to the point where that muscle is on tilt so that when there are hard times, that muscle sustains itself. It doesn't just break itself. It's a very powerful conversation if you're getting this. So when we're looking at that, and we're looking at deletions, before you go into the year, who are you going to delete? What are you going to delete? It's not just who, it's what. What are you going to take? I got some vices I have to get rid of in order to maintain my personal goals of youth, of health, of being here long term, of having a sound mind. I mean, the things that I've incurred in the last 90 days, I can promise you most people would have jumped off of 5 bridges. Guaranteed. And we aren't just talking about the death. I'm talking about a list. Day before Thanksgiving, my mom's house, never in 50 years has she ever had her house broken into. I just gotten back from Africa. House completely burglarized. My mom's 84 years old. Do you understand the fear that places in me and my sister to understand what we didn't do in order to make sure she was secure? I'm just dropping just one. It just keeps going. That's why it's so important to know who your tribe is, who you can count on, when you can count on them. But you got to first know, can they count on you? Because I can assure you, if I ask somebody, I'm always there. Anybody ever ask, you can ask. I will always be there. I will always find a way and a solution for the people that are like 110% down with me. After you get past deletions. Number 4, direct. You need to have real hard, direct conversations with the people in your circle, with people that you don't know. It really calls, exactly, Wendy, it's called truth. She said, I'm living proof. Yes, you are, baby. But hashtag truth is the word in which I want you to have. If you live in your truth and you're having truthful conversations, you don't have to worry about anything else. But the truth conversations don't start with other people. It starts with yourself. You have to have a really hard, you'd be amazed how many times I stand in front of a mirror and have a conversation with myself. How many times I take a walk and I'm having a conversation with myself. Every now and then I incorporate God because I know he already know what I'm talking about. And I need to know what I'm going to say to him before I say it. I'm like, well, let me talk to myself first. I know you're going over here and you eavesdropping, but let me get me right before I start making requests of you. Because I know I'm going to mess it up. I'll never do that again. He looking at me like, Negro, you lying. You're going to be begging for help in about 6 months to 6 years. I know you. And I'm sitting there like, God, how do I get around this conversation and still be humble enough to ask you for your help? And when I tell you, Footprints is the bomb.com poem and the truth that you have no idea that there's somebody carrying you when you can't carry yourself. You have no reason to be angry, to be pissed off, be in the blame game. This person did this. They took my time. I was in this relationship for so long. This person took my money. No, they were all your decisions predicated on a specific outcome. And because it didn't happen the way you wanted it to, you need somebody to blame. You need to go to the mirror. Everything comes down to distractions, decisions, deletions, being direct. Number 5, debunk. You know why I'm so on fire for this next year coming up, for the next 13 months? Everybody who didn't believe and where we were going, what we were doing, and how we're going to do it, I'm gonna make them hate the fact that they did not partner with us. I mean, like it's like when I went SVP. It's a vendetta. It's a freaking vendetta. It's no longer just one stage. It's a global stage. It's so large. When I went down to Cape Town, and what I saw what Mandela did and understood the price he did, not for glory, not for fame, but to make a difference in people's lives. And to be incarcerated in one jail cell for 17 years and to have a conversation with a man who was in jail with him for 20 years and then went back and worked at the same jail for a tourist. And my question to him was like, how in God's name could you go back and work where you were just so persecuted, almost that of Jesus? And he said, number one, I needed a job. The economy is so bad. I was like, right, Camille? I was like, she was with me. I was like, I was in awe. I was in awe. I don't think I could ever visit that space again to know the oppression and but the journey of being able to see what one man did, let alone what I understand about Malcolm, Martin, everyone who has made an impact, did not do it for glory, fame, or for materialistic. They did it to serve at the highest level, which is the only reason I'm here. It's part of my prayer with God. If I'm not here to serve at a level to be read about, talked about, and known about 100 years plus past my lifetime, I have no reason to be here. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say that like, oh, it's like, no, it's like it consumes you. If your dream and your goals don't consume you like a wave of fire, you need to reevaluate what you're doing here. I mean, I say it all the time. You have to be obsessed with your dream, not with your wish, with your dream. Obsessed with it. It becomes such a tantalizing. Every door that I want open, I don't even know how they open. Every day, I'm trying to figure out how to get through a door that I plan to go through without the resources, and he keeps showing up. I'm like, okay, well, that's your fault. Anything good happen in my life, I blame God. Anything bad happen in my life, I blame me. It's that simple. You should write down that equation. It's right up there with Einstein's equation for you know, every theory he's ever come up with. Everything good that happens, blame God. Everything bad that happens, blame yourself. So we got decisions, distractions, deletions, direct, being very direct. Stop those conversations you hide behind. Have a conversation. Have those hard conversations. That way you don't have to worry about, well, I don't know. I don't know how that person feels. That's good. I'm the first one people scared to ask because I'll tell you. Do you think I'm fat? Yep. Do you think that was a stupid move? Yep. I'm not calling you stupid, but what you just didn't make any sense. See, the more direct you are, the more time. See, when you understand that we're only here for a blip of time, then you start to understand how valuable your time is here and how much you don't have time to be squandering it on BS. It's real simple. So that direct is, important. To debunk is to be able to go on a mission and debunk. Well, I talked to my family and friends. Well, stop talking to them. There's 8 billion people on this planet. Stop talking to them. You open up a restaurant, I'm not counting on my family and friends. If my family and friends came to a restaurant I opened, they're going to eat up all the profits and ask for everything free. Your family and friends are practice. You should call everybody you know and extend an invitation to your opportunity to them. And before they can answer, say, oh, I'm sorry, that was just practice. I'll call you later. Click. Master the art of an invitation, not a sales presentation, not a marketing plan. Be result oriented in maximizing your results. Ask them how I did. How did I sound? Does it sound appealing? There's so many different approaches to being able to. The cat, there's no ways to skin a cat. The cat don't like any of them. Why are you worried about people like, I just don't want to talk? I don't want to feel like a salesperson. Because you don't want to feel like a salesperson, you're already a salesperson. Let me tell you, if you date somebody, you sold something. Just so you know. You're trying to buy something, you're trying to sell something. I don't know if it's a soul and a soulmate or if it's sex, but you're trying to do something. You're trying to find a twin flame. You know how many people out there I've never done it myself. I think I've attempted one time years ago and I just couldn't put myself to it. I'm not that person because I'm too real in my life, the way I operate. I don't make it wrong for anybody else or the way people operate. But you know how many people are on Tinder and all these different like date apps? Are you kidding me? And you ain't selling nothing. I don't feel like getting into this industry because I feel like you're on all these apps trying to find love. You know what that's like to me? That's like trying to be healthy and putting everything into a microwave. Nothing that you want that's going to sustain and stand is going to happen quick. I'm going to say that again. Nothing that you want in your life is going to sustain and stand by doing it quick. You're in a rush. I'm in a rush to go nowhere fast. I want to write this down, 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 write this down. Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the process, no matter how uncomfortable you think it is, no matter how long you think it's going to take. I mean, the number two thing fear on life is public speaking. Right under that, I love it. The more of an audience you give me, the more powerful, more dangerous I am. I already know I'm one of the most prolific speakers ever born on this planet Earth. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, any persuasion under the sun. But once you're gifted, whatever your anointing is, you have to develop your talent. Let me tell you that again. Please let me say that again. Whatever your gift is, you have to develop that. You have to develop your talent. You cannot live off of talent in itself. There's 450 people in the NBA, and there's only 20 that make over $20 million a year. The rest of them are playing on minimum wages. For a basketball player, you may say $1 million to $5 million is good, but that's why they're all bankrupt. There's only 20, but they're all playing on the same court. The ones that are playing on that court making 20 and 30 million a year, they put money, time, energy into their gift. What is your gift and what are you developing? What are you great at? Stop saying I'm lost. Get a freaking mirror. It's not you are good at this and you're good at that. You're good at what you put your energy and time into developing. Let me say that again. You're great at what you put your time, energy into developing. You want to own a restaurant, learn how to clean a toilet. Let me say that again. You want to own a restaurant, learn how to clean a toilet. Don't say, I just want to own the restaurant. You got to know how to do every facet of everything, even the things that you don't want to, that are uncomfortable, to measure up and rise up to where you say you want to go. Stop telling people what you're good at, what you're not good at, what you like, what you don't like. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You want to tell people who you are. People see who you are. You don't have to tell anybody who you are, what your standard is, what you like, what you don't like. Your actions and your energy speak so loud, nobody can ever hear a word that comes out of your freaking mouth. Delight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6 is to delight. Delight means to find joy in everything that you do. Find joy. Find joy. I can't go out here into this jungle without getting bit by a mosquito. I came with my mosquito spray, but I can't sit up there and say I can't. Oh, I want to go out there and explore. But could you move the mosquitoes to another side of the mountain just while I'm here? I love roses, but could you give me a rose that has no thorns? I want a woman, but could you give me one without an attitude? Not gonna happen. We all have one. You must understand to find joy. Look for joy. That should be your every day, everything that I do. I'm looking for joy in everything that I do, everyone that I meet. Everyone knows me. When I meet people, if you've been around me, which there's a few on here that are very close to me, and somebody says, how you doing? How you doing? I'm amazing. Freaking amazing. Oh, I'm sorry. You need to be careful. And they'll ask, what do you mean? I am contagious. I'm contagious. And then I'll touch them. Oh, shit, see, you amazing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's worse than the pandemic. Me, you gonna catch it. You gonna catch awesome, amazing, ridiculous, over the top. You're gonna smile for the rest of the day. I promise you. I'm sorry I had to touch you. I'm sorry I had to touch you. It comes with the territory. It's part of my MO. It's part of my signature. It's to make people smile, to give joy, to truly be in delight. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7 is distance. We already touched on that. Distance. Put distance between you and all the things. Look. If you got to ask if this person is good, if you got to ask if this thing is good, if you got to ask, should I do this? You probably should. You got to learn how to, I'm telling you, I'm talking to myself. I don't care if y'all hear me or not. I'm having a great conversation with me. You got to learn how to listen to your instinct. You're pushing things and forcing situations and forcing relationships and forcing people into a position to put you in a bad situation without clarity. You must get great at putting distance between those that you are not. You're not going to hit it. You aren't going to bat 1,000. But I mean, hey, you know what? If you get to 800, 600, 300, you're doing good. 300, you're making over $1 million in the baseball league. So bat 300, 3 out of 10. You don't even have to bat 1,000. Bat 300. Get great. Just meticulous about here. Here's one of my greatest laws. I want you guys to write it down. There's a few of you that already have this. Listen to this. Only talk to people about your problems who can help you fix them. And only talk to people about your dreams who can help you build them. You want to get great at that. Only talk to people about your problems who can help you or want to help you. I'm going to say want to help you fix them. There's some that don't want to even hear. You call them, oh, it's a problem. Oh my God, this person's calling me again. I get it. I have people that do that to me. It's okay. You want to avoid those people and get to the people who want to help you because of how much you've already built into your credit line, how much you built into other people, how much you blessed other people, how much you loved on other people. That's why you want to get really good at those deposits. Those deposits. When you're up, get great at deposits. I'm thinking of three people I got to send something to just out as a gift that I forgot about a month ago. As I'm having this conversation, remember, I'm talking to myself, having a great time, talking to you, talking to me, talking to you, hoping you catch some of it. But you want to get little things. Those little things that you didn't pay attention to, they mean everything to somebody else. And those little deposits, oh my God, they compound over time. They make all the difference a year from now, 6 months from now, when you need a favor from somebody, when you want help in supporting your business, when you want this, when you want that. Those little deposits, they are everything. I got from from Al when he got me. I love my cashmere sweater, by the way. He got me for my birthday a couple of years ago. Wear it all the time. Think of you. And Winston, who's probably on here, can't see the names. I started getting from that birthday. Now it's been three. Just he got me specific artwork from a specific designer, different places from New York and around the world, to the point that this year he sent me the gift and then put his name in it. Now, normally I'd be like, who the hell sent me this without putting a name in it? But it was so distinct to him, I knew not to call anybody else but Winston be like, did you just send me these two sweatshirts that are art? Did you like them? See, you got to do things that make you stand out. That distinction in itself just, and that those little deposits of just thinking of me when you don't see somebody for a year, for 2 years, and they're still caring about you and thinking about you and grateful for what you've done for them and how you poured into them. Yes, I did love them, sir. I did. I love them. Love them. In fact, I have somebody trying to steal it. I'm getting it back, Cheryl, but fortunately it's my sister because she took it in Africa and wanted to wear it the whole time. And I was like, you better watch this and get back to me. But it's just amazing. These little things make all the difference in the world of what I call that credit line with people, of meaning something to someone. So now you're talking about from distance, we're gonna go to number nine, which is to denounce. Denounce. What are you going to get rid of? What are you going to denounce in your life going into 2024 that you will no longer stand for? That you no longer want to have a piece of. No, you don't want to think about it. You don't worry about it. You want just, this has to go. This has to, I denounce this. I put this, this is yours, Jesus. Here's your pile. I need you to do something with this and get it out of my life. I don't know if that's nine or 10, but I'm going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 8. So number 9, it's my favorite, which I've been talking about the whole time, which is to deposit. Here's my thing. If they're writing a check every week, you should be getting a check every week. If they're writing a check every week, you should be getting a check every week. They make deposits. You should get away from withdrawals and get into nothing. Your whole focus should be on deposits this year. For the next 13 months, you should start counting how many deposits versus how many withdrawals. How many deposits? You should make a point that you're doing 5 to 1, 5 deposits to 1 withdrawal. That's my goal. My goal going into the new year is to have 5 deposits for every withdrawal that I make. I need 5 deposits going in somewhere, somehow, diversified streams of income, whatever I got to do to make it happen, leverage it, do it, whatever. Number 10 is distinct. Make yourself so distinct. When people see me, they're like, oh my God. I was like, just the way you dress, the way that you walk, your glasses, your nails are always done. I, I could spot you a mile away. I can hear your voice a mile away. I can hear your laugh and know where you are in a room of 100,000 people. What is going to make you distinct from everybody else that is going to become your calling card going into this new year? It's important. Number 11 is deliberate. Deliberate action. Deliberate, 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 deliberate. Do not hesitate. Do not overthink. Overthinking is a pool for drowning. Overthinking is a pool for drowning. Now, that's not to say don't think. A lot of people think, well, I know I overthink. I know I overthink. Well, stop it. Just stop it. There's a time, when you think before the game starts, you don't think during the game. You got to figure out what your segments of time are in your game time and when the time is to think. The analyticals and all the crossing of T's, dotting I's. Now, as a leader, you'll learn to be flexible. As a leader, you'll understand how to have patience. As a leader, you'll learn how to be able to swerve and move and alter. And okay, here comes I'm about to go into a rock. Let me re-navigate this or re-chart where I'm going. Yes, those are action steps. Those are not times. You are not sitting there thinking in the middle of a game. You need to know what time. When is your start date for game? Because mine's coming up on December 1st. My game starts. When I start, I don't have time to have deep conversations about, well, what about this? What about that? Let's think about this. Let's rewrite this. Let's analyze this. Let's rewrite it. We need to write this out and we need to understand all the different segments. And no. That's in practice. You should have done that before the preseason. You should have been in the gym before the preseason. You should have been working out before the preseason. Your body should be resilient. Your mind should be resilient. Your mind should be so tight and so thorough. I have direct up here twice. So you only get 11 of the laws, but I do have a system that you'll be able to take. What's up, D? Dwayne, I see you. Yes. I have a system that I'm taking on. I'm going to lend it to you. This is the foundation of going into December. And it's going to sound kind of crazy. And ironically, I saw somebody else talking about this as far as the way they were naming their company in a I don't know if it was a movie or what, but just recently. But my system, I wrote this out actually 2 weeks ago, and it was called Damn. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. That's all I'm saying. Damn you, Byron, let's go. So you may be saying, okay, what is this exactly? Write down DAAM. That's my whole system as of December 1st. Damn. DAAM. Let me tell you what it stands for. The first D stands for decide. The first A stands for activate. The third A stands for and the M stands for move. Decide, activate, and move. Move on any option, any dream, any action, any thought, anything that I need to get done, get it done. Be result oriented. Damn, I got to get this done. Did you make a decision, Byron? Yes. What actions are you taking? Not what are you thinking. I don't want to hear what you're thinking. I don't want to hear your thoughts. It's game time. Damn, that was good. Damn, that was a mistake. What did you take from that? Move again. Let's go. Your move. My move. Let's go. All action. All full-blown action. Your credit, action. Your qualifications, action. 600 points, reverse engineer that. 10 points down, that's 60 people with 10. Do that another way with 8. You do that 8 divided by 600. That puts you 440, but puts you at about 60 people. Everything is real simple. I mean, there's not one thing you can do or that you can't do with your mind set to it. What is your action plan? Decide. Take massive, ridiculous actions, mammoth, gargantuan actions, and move on it. That's my foundation for December. As we move into this month, you can enjoy Christmas. Christmas should be every day. If you take advantage of the thought processes and the training that I'm going to give you during this period of time, there's nothing that you can't accomplish with this system. Not one thing. If you listen to my 11 principles of what came out of the garden, that garden of D's is off the chain. and you apply the garden to the system of, damn, I'm good looking. Damn, I need to get in shape. Okay, one day at a time. Damn, I need to get rid of sugar. Damn, I need to put in 2 hours of my work every single day, not activity, but result oriented work. 2 hours, 1 hour, 1 hour, consistent. Next week, we'll go into my garden of C's. Right now, I'm staying in the D's. I am complete, Mr. Thomas.